Good luck, right now.
Thanks.
We are ready to call the order.
Welcome one and all to the October 24th installment of the UIDRB. The next meeting, I think, is November 18th. Is that right?
Correct, it's a Monday.
It's a Monday. For the Thanksgiving holiday. I'll swear to staff.
Yes, you can swear.
Swear from the all who can
I do.
Yes, thank you very much. Like Vogel.
All right, so Ms. Benzelman? Here. Ms. Parker? Here. Mr. Reeds?
Here.
Mr. Sublette?
Here.
Mr. Smansky?
Present.
Got a quorum.
Did everyone have an opportunity to review the minutes from the previous meeting in September?
And I think we have 2 months.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we got
That's right. So everyone has seen both August and September? Okay. Let's do August first.
Ms. Benzelman?
Yes, you're right. It's-
Move to approve the minutes.
I said it.
Abstain. So abstain, okay. Ms. Parker? Abstain. Okay, Mr. Reeds?
Yes.
Mr. Sublette?
Yes.
Mr. Smansky?
Yes.
Need one more vote. So it.
I thought if we had a quorum, you know, it's a majority.
Really? Okay.
Majority of those present.
All right, then we are approved. Thank you. And then.
Do I have a motion for September?
I move to approve September minutes.
Second.
Right, Ms. Benzelman?
Yes.
Ms. Parker? Yes. Mr. Reeds?
Abstain?
Mr. Sublette?
Yes.
Mr. Smansky?
Yes.
Perfect. We're approved.
Ready for first case of the evening?
We are.
Lovely. Which is COA 2400-364, 2661 North High Street.
So we've got COA 2400-364 for 2661 North High Street. The applicant is requesting review and action for the proposed replacement of an existing Verizon antenna, which would include reducing the height of one of the chimneys on the north side of the building by 2 feet. The submission does include existing condition photos, elevations, and technical drawings for the new equipment. Upon review, the application is inconsistent with the University District Plan. The plan places a priority on preservation of contributing buildings, as well as states that rooftop structures and uses should not visually impair distinctive architectural features. Reducing the height of the chimney as proposed alters the character defining feature of the building and will be highly visible from the street. Staff acknowledges that the antenna already exists in this location and could support the like-for-like replacement so long as the profile of the existing chimney remains unchanged. Further, staff recommends that the applicant conceals the wire and cables visible from the street in U guards or by other means of concealment as part of the replacement. Method of concealment should be painted to match the bright candor roofing. As such, staff recommends conditional approval with the condition being that the applicant does not alter the profile of the existing chimney and conceals wires and cables visible from the street.
Thank you very much. Is the applicant present? Yes. Should step up. Sir, you can swear you in.
Sure,
You swear.
I do.
Do you have anything you'd like to add to the city's overview of the proposed meeting?
No, I mean, it basically, they've covered what we are proposing to do. And we do have also Jake Gold from the engineering firm, Paul J. Ford, who conducted all of the, engineering for this. Essentially, the proposal to reduce the height of the, particular chimneys is based on the change in the antennas that are being added. And if we've got further questions, I'll ask Jake to step in here, but it's about the wind load, the wind area of the chimney as it was originally designed. And then when you make the antenna change, there is a surface change. So this is about, for us, this is about safety in terms of maintaining the integrity of those chimneys by adding the additional wind load with the additional size of the antennas to make it so that the antenna or the chimney itself does not exceed the original design standards. Jake, have I got that properly stated?
Yes.
Can he come up and?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's probably a great idea, because I'm not an engineer and Jake is, so.
Do you swear we're to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay? So. Question time?
Yeah, I mean, I guess my would be, is there any other way to structurally reinforce that's going to be to allow it to stay in place? And I understand the safety aspect. But if there's another method, whether internal or
I
external.
already know what it is. I'm sure you've seen on old houses where you get a roof bed and you used to them to take a metal rod and then just hang it back on the roof. So that would be, I think, historically, it's not something that's like a new thing, but that suffices to not have to interrupt the height. Because, you know, there is a kind of a dam obviously created by the height of all those chimneys online. It's going to be funny for like this, for one that's been knocked back.
So I guess the question I would have, can we go to the next slide so everybody can see it? Because I saw it right there. Okay, so quite obviously, I understand exactly what you're talking about. That one was gonna look strange, right? That's the concern. Okay. Having actually majored in architecture in college, I understand the concern. From an aesthetic perspective, would the board prefer that we do something like that, check out the engineering of that, or that we make it consistent across of what you've discussed as far as supporting it, somehow otherwise supporting it, or come back with a proposal that we would make them all the same height?
I think you need to look at the structural support that's historically, there's some precedent for. I mean, it's kind of a cool building, and just making all the chimney shorter isn't necessarily a good solution.
Okay,
Functional and all.
no, they're not functional. We do have the approval of the property owner for this.
I would not approve having the chimneys these shorter and identical. I think they should remain as they are. If you go to the photograph from the street view. Yeah, so, I mean, maybe the one right before that one that you just had up. No, yeah, so from the street view, I mean, they are there. My preference would be not to have any antenna on it. But in lieu of that, my preference would be to keep the height and create some type of either trapeze or some type of armature system that would allow for that new antenna to exist. So if that was reduced or removed in the future, those chimneys would remain.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Is it a safe assumption that we're making that there is no alternative for mounting the antenna? Other than on chimney, is there any other?
Well, with the pitch of the roof, no.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta have the,
Cover that base.
right. Yeah, you've got to have that flat surface to mount to. Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyone else?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough when like you have something like this that has a little bit of character, and obviously I understand, you know, having something like Verizon is very immediate for the tenants and the students that are there, so. I would love to see if there's an alternative option, like what he kind of mentioned, where there's some bar that can hold it instead of changing the actual characteristic of the chimney.
Or even like armature, like I was saying, like it's maybe, I won't say it's even extra, but something of that system, this, take it back to the roof joist.
Yeah, we would have to,
Sure, but I guess I'll push back a little bit, like any sort of bracing, it would have to be towards the top to brace the top from the bending at the.
I'm actually saying you create an armature that is being supported by the existing roof system.
Okay. Yeah, so,
That is independent of the chimney, so you're not even worrying about potential loading. That's my thought.
just trying to, so if we, may I approach up there just to make sure, I want to make sure that we understand exactly what you're proposing here. So what you're saying is that instead of mounting to the chimney, if they are now, it would be something that would essentially work its way back to.
It appears that the new, if I'm not mistaken, the new antenna is slightly wider.
Right, that's the issue, that's the issue.
Right, so it's creating more of a wall. So I'm saying if there was something that was, that, you know, that's supporting that antenna and then goes back to the roof.
So we have to go back this way,
Yep, sure would.
this way, to the roof. Attached to the chimney at all.
But it would just be a triangle, so you're just basically gonna have two anchor the roof and then the.
I mean, it may still have to attach to the chimney in some way to kind of support it out, but probably it's to carry and forces to be carried back, or to carry back to the.
Yeah, we would have to look at that. I think it's one of the concerns, just aesthetics.
Yeah, wouldn't that system be just as visible?
It's my concern, is that if we're.
Well, we're concerned about aesthetics.
Is essentially an actual stuff, that, which is Jim. The moms, but you know,
So we in the middle of this.
don't believe in the shim, but it's gotta get past it, so.
It's gonna be past it anyways, because it's wider than the chimney, right?
Go side of this part of the chimney, built back. Which, yeah. Not saying the house,
Other thing behind the width.
that, depending on where the, exactly where the structure is, that you would have to tie to.
It needs to be on the outside of the chimney, correct? If you-
Would happen, so it should be came to the roof.
No, could it be placed behind the chimney? On the roof?
Does anyone have a pen?
So, yeah. I think there's a couple options, but I think that's one option. As Carrie was saying as well, I mean, having a metal support on the chimney, it is a historical thing, that was done previously. You can't, if you do a Google search, you'll see lots of historic chimneys that I've had. It's just a
Black rod,
black rod, and it's got almost like a strap, and it would be a solution that would be aesthetically, historically pleasing. Someone had.
We'll look at a place.
Yeah, it would look out of place. That might be your option is a good solution as well, where we like a bracket system, but just giving options on what would be possible. I wish I could pull it up on. But I think we've all seen that historic areas.
Yes, rugby's, see it a bunch of times at school, various other things. Small sex, so it's the.
well, I'm saying for your solution, that fits determined.
Not your-
Something like that. And another one. Whatever the thing is,
Yeah.
that you anchor where like that. But the other one I'm talking about is. Just
Yeah.
Just a rod.
I just worry about the condition of the chimney. It's gotta be.
I assume that they have a, either weld or bolt it, but they would, it's a metal plate that they might weld the rod to that and then they just anchor bolt that, correct? Roof, water, like that, but.
Yeah, they take time. Yeah, yeah, to time this up.
So if you look at the schedule quick, so I'm just curious for Lori's, solution. If these are the chimneys, there's three, however many chimneys there are there. Could this be in line? Does it have to be proud of the chimneys or can it just be?
Well, the chimneys are very close.
So it needs to be at the edge line of the roof for them to be, those antennae to be effective.
It's not even so much that, it's a chimney themselves, basically, the actual.
I'm just saying, could it be?
Okay, so could you do this, could you place these antennae?
You're in a good question, I believe. All right. So,
Any obstruction? Signals.
it's a fall, I mean,
Oh, yeah. Okay. Then I think we do the rod.
Can I ask you a question about the chimney? It looks like it all has, looks different than that have a lot of water compared to the other ones. That was rebuilt. Doesn't that look?
It doesn't have that one.
I, not.
Compared to when you can see it's all very clean, this one looks almost like it's been.
It's very possible that it was structurally.
On by 10, you know.
Yeah, basically that it was, the other ones are, as stated, no longer in use. They're just a center part of the- And so the owner doesn't have, unless it's crumbled, they have no reason to go out and reorder all that stuff. I think that those falls in the car. That would be about it. In this situation, but Verizon was in the process of doing work out there. Yeah. Yeah, it's basically sure.
So we had an idea on what we would say.
So do we need to, I think we need to make a motion to continue, make a motion to suggest what should we be historically, or yes, sir.
Just to save time, do you want to make it, conditional that staff reviews it, if we see something
I'm okay with that.
which you have indicated that we would say that the time that you come back, if they come back and say we can't do it, or something that looks like it's not, what you guys, we, that.
Some of that looks terrible.
Yeah,
But may I ask a quick question? There is a structural concern with wind coming in and out of the screen like this in that direction, not just up against the antennas. If we need to install additional rods, coming in and out of the screen like that in the lateral direction, would that be acceptable?
I've never seen that. I've only seen it when it goes all like the chimney back to the pitch of the roof. I've never seen one.
So Jake, I want to make sure that I understand.
Yeah.
Can we flip to the drawing, the elevation drawing? I think that'll help us there. So are you talking about bracing,
From left to right.
side to side?
Yeah.
You're talking about bracing instead of just directly behind the chimney, going from there that way.
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
I'm correct or not? I would say that.
Said, stack. Decision to bring that.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think it's, we, no, there's no conditional approval, but they need to basically amend this with a historically relevant race that would be submitted to the city staff and review. There's no engineering snapping, then we're okay with that.
Yeah, so I would say that it's, a condition on that, it's.
Yeah, for historically correct race.
all right, I'll make an attempt for that. I move to definitely approve the application with the condition that the staff approves and reviews historically appropriate brace for the chimney. Or the project will have to come back with it.
I'll second that.
I think we can add what staff.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I imagine
That's right. See that again.
The staff had asked for those layers.
to be,
In addition to that, the wires would need to be modified to be hidden based on their recommendations.
So we have a motion by Ms. Benson and seconded by Mr. Reed.
That's her one engineering.
Ms. Sentiment,
Shroud to it
Yes.
at the base.
Ms. Parker,
yes.
Mr. Reed.
Yes.
We can chat after.
Yes.
Mr. Swansky.
Yes.
All right.
Second.
Mr. Reed. All right.
I think you're good to go.
Thank you. Appreciate your time.
You bet.
I mean, that's dense. Excuse me, I didn't get your name, I'm sorry, yeah,
Mine?
yeah,
First one.
Mr. Potter, thank you,
Yes, sir.
and sir,
Jake Gold, Gold.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
You don't see it. Yeah, but the font varies.
That puts aside the staff approvals.
Indeed. There's just one, is it not? Oh, there's two? Okay.
So we had one HRC application, it was just for exterior alteration, so replacing all the shingles, and repairing box covers.
Okay.
So,
These were approved on the single list, but
and it was HRC approved as well. The second one is just replacing existing sign.
Okay.
So, that as well.
very good. We don't need, we vote on that?
Yes.
Okay.
But,
I think you approve the staff approved.
Yes, gosh.
Yeah. Oh, well, come on, you're.
I can't read. That's the audience. It's like, oh.
We have a second?
I second. All right, Ms. Haslam,
Yes.
Ms. Barker,
Yes.
Mr. Reeves,
Yes.
Mr. Butler,
Yes.
Mr. Smithy.
Yes.
All right, and we can stand adjourned.
421, they've hired.
Director.